remember.
But I changed
Hold
my
on.
mind.
All right. So
Let's remember these people do pay for their degrees, by the way. And you guys are thinking they're the most brightest and most bestest people in the world. These people's dumb as rocks. When they
like
graduate,
George Bush.
and you work in the field with these people, they don't know shit. You hear me?
All right. Let me get each of them. Sorry to all of you HBCU goers / grads, but just be realistic, all caps.
Yep.
What white employer would pick an HBCU grad over PWI?
Yep.
Very few.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What you think, Isha?
I can't relate to that because I live in North Carolina where there's HBCUs everywhere, and I work for local government, and everyone that mostly probably about 80% of the people that work for social services graduated from HBCU, especially A&T is the big one that I'm next to. So, and there's so much school pride. So I have not experienced that. Since obtaining my degree, I've never had a problem getting a job. So.
Me neither.
Question: in your field, is there a shortage at all?
There is, but that's every field, isn't it?
No.
So would that be a reason why you can find a job if they need niggas?
Well, no, but I also think that we can handle the pressure a little bit better. Like we have a little white girl just started crying, went home. She can't handle it. Like, I'm really stressed out. So maybe she's just not built for it. Maybe her PWI didn't teach her to be built for it.
Wow.
So, there's gonna be certain spaces, like if you were from an HBCU, you can't even enter, right? I have friends who work at like ultra exclusive law firms, right? they don't even go to HBCUs to recruit students. They're not even looking at a Southern law school. You don't even have a chance to get there, right? So like you could talk about some people who got some jobs somewhere, sure, of course, some HBCU, but like they're going to be spaces you can't even enter.
Y'all have. I can tell y'all haven't read stats and haven't read a damn.
Yeah, I'm telling you, real life. I'm.
Hit us with
the stats.
You're for opinions and you're not reading.
Hit us with the stats,
Ken. Bullshit, nigga. You're talking bullshit.
Just drop the stats, then, Ken. Drop the stats, Ken. Come on, let's hear it.
Now, well, one stat is that most of the black doctors that ever come out of college come out of
HBCUs.
So there's that.
That doesn't. But
that's
before Ken drops the stats, that doesn't answer. That doesn't combat what Corey says, because specifically with law firms, it's tiers. So depending on the law firm, you have to come from a particular tier of school.
Thank you.
So none of the black schools
are in law school.
But they're not in the first tier, right? So even if you go to certain white schools, if you're not in the first tier, you can't go to those law firms. They only accept people from Chicago University, Harvard, things of that nature. But
so you're saying across the board, so nobody from a HBCU gets in.
Well, if you go to HBCU, because it's not in that first tier. No, seriously, this is just if it's not in that first tier law schools, it doesn't matter. They're not even going to look at your application.
Right.
Unless you're doing civil rights law, then they probably would choose you from an HBCU.
Nay's wrong. So if you're not in that first tier, then they're not looking at, because they don't need to. You have too many people from Penn, Harvard, Yale.
But that's undergrad. Then you'll go to, when you go into your JD program, then if you went to like a Cornell or a Yale, then they'll probably look at you.
Then you go to Ivy League school at that point.
Yeah, but we're talking about where you got your JD.
Yeah.
Take that cup from Nay.
There's a Southern law school, right? Southern University Law School. If you went there, there's certain spots in DC, they're not even looking at your shit.
They won't look at you for sure.
They're not even looking at your shit. Period. That's a fact.
Let me get a little bit more. So Adrian, you've been quiet. Comment on this one here. And then Ken, I need you to drop the stats so that we can all be in the know. Ken said his feeling hurt. Ain't no way your feelings hurt, Ken. I know you.
Hurt, bro. Dang.
Adrian, what you think? Do I need to read it out loud again?
Nah. I think it just depends on the profession. So like I like that question that you asked Isha, because you're like, hey, if it's a profession where it's a shortage of people or where they're constantly finding people, they're gonna just take anybody. But then, like the point Corey was making, you got certain law firms that if you don't have a certain degree, they're not even going to look at you. So I don't think the school you went to matters. I think it's more just about, with my field, it's more so just about the credentials, right? So if you're going to be a therapist, they don't care what school you went to, because we have to be licensed outside of it. So for my career, wherever you got your master's from or your doctorate from, it doesn't matter at all. But I do feel like I don't feel like my HBCU didn't prepare me for the real world work life at all. And I feel like the only thing I got from my PWI was learning how to be around white people, because even though in Connecticut I was around both, I always had like black people. But when I went to my PWI, I was the only black person in the class in a lot of my classes. And that joint like messed with me, right? To where I felt like damn, like why am I even here? Like I wanted to leave and go home just because I wasn't comfortable.
Why did that mess with you? So, because when I go to work every day, I'm the only black guy in the room sometimes. So why did you say the only black guy in school?
I'm telling you that that's when you go to work. I'm talking about when I went to USC to get my master's. That was the first time when I realized, like I thought about like, damn, I'm black. I never had to think about it because I was always around a lot of black people. So my first time going there, it was difficult for me my first few weeks going there. But I learned to be comfortable with them, and now it benefits me now. So like now when I'm in these meetings with all of these white judges and lawyers, and we talking about how we're going to spend these, like everything we're doing, and I'm the only black person in the room, it doesn't bother me at all. So I'm glad I went to my PWI because it helped prepare me for the real world in terms of the tables and a lot of the rooms that I'm in now.
Damn.
I'm just saying.
On my side.
Let me get Q. Go ahead, Q.
Yeah. Real quick, I just wanted to go back to what Eddie said prior to you switching gears, because you went over to Adrian. But Eddie, did you have some type of stats for like careers from HBCUs?
Provided what?
I thought that you had mentioned something about like doctors, the number of doctors that come from HBCUs.
He did. I think it's about 73%.
Okay, because my numbers were different. I'm hoping Kenny can expound, but I thought it was less than 50% for all high careers like doctors, lawyers come out of HBCU.
I uniquely spoke about Howard University, not overall HBCUs.
Just Howard. Okay.
All
right.
I mentioned doctors and Corey mentioned lawyers.
Okay.
All right. So I think I'm good on this one because I think there might be some truth. Adrian just told us, but all right. How about friend? And we out.